My first show was, I was shaking. I went out and I shook and I said the first word out of key and I was shaky. But after you do it 25 times, you kind of know, what they expect. There's nothing better. You look forward to going up there and just doing new things because we just play by ear. If the crowd is hyping, they're rooting for you do different things.
I would say that with your arrival upon the music scene, you're definitely a lady of the 90s.
Thank you.
And the song that you recorded goes without saying. It's become sort of an anthem.
Hello, who's your only girl? All I think about, you're the only girl for me. All I think about, that's special. No, I love you.
In my concerts, I can hear girls going, "Get him, girl, get him, yeah. I know what you're talking about," you know what I'm saying? And the guys always said, "You need a real man. I'll teach you." The album consists of the concept of how men treat women and how they really treat them bad. I want to say dog them. Can I say dog them? Yeah, that song came from experiences like people not knowing how you feel, men not talking to you. When you're at home and you're thinking about somebody, that say you just broke up with a guy and you're like, God, how people just in general think it's like something there. I mean, even though you say, I'm believing him, that's what your mind says, that's not what your heart says.
Yeah.
It's another slow ballad that you haven't heard, because if you'd heard it, you'd say something about it.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, it's a duet with this guy, and we're talking about if I have sex with you for the first time, will you call me the next day? Deep, huh?
So, our first guest rose to fame in the 90s.
A lot of work on your album. How long did it take you to put it together?
The songs were wrote a year in advance, and then it took us 6 months to do the overall album.
Mm-hmm. Who did you work with? Who's your producer?
Dr. Dre is the producer, L.A. Dre Bolton is the co-producer, and Eazy-E is the executive producer. And Layla helped write some of the lyrics.
Okay. How did you get your deal? How did you get hooked up with the record company?
By Dr. Dre, they had a group, the World Class Wrecking Crew, that Turn Out the Lights song. I did the vocal parts on there.
Oh, did you?
And the group broke up 3 months later, and he said do a solo album. He went off to produce, and I was his second act.
Are you pleased with the success it's had so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Surprised, too.
Why?
Because I didn't think it would take off so quick. It's really, people really catching on fast. Mine just picking up like rap music, which is great.
Yeah.
Songs like No More Lies. something in my heart.
Michel'le!
Hi.
Something in my heart.
All right.
Something in my heart.
You're gonna make her get up and leave.
Oh, no.
You sound terrible.
I used to love that song. Well, good morning.
You used to? It still plays.
I haven't heard that song played in a long time.
You don't have Pandora then.
You don't, yeah.
Oh.
Please welcome to our show, Michel'le. Michel'le, for people who don't know you, I just have to address the voice thing very quickly. I would like to quickly move on, though, from that. Why do you talk like that, Michel'le? Go ahead.
I talk like this because I talk over my larynx. It's nothing wrong with me.
But when she sings, totally different, right?
Yes.
Sing the alphabet. A, B.
A, B, C, D.
See?
See the expression on their face when I talk like this and then I sing and I go, there is a place we'll go. See, just like you just did, yeah, they do, they get excited.
Your voice has always been like that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Always
actually, I
since
saw an
birth?
interview
Like,
that
Well,
you
I don't
did.
know from birth because I couldn't talk.
Okay.
Not the
But-
smartest.
When you was a kid, I mean.
When I was a kid, I didn't talk for probably the first 3 or 4 years. I just nodded my head until then. When I did, I was really shy, and I just talked really soft. And then as I got older, you know, it got a lot bigger.
Now, with your voice, is it a problem or that's just your voice? No, I mean, because it's light. And
Envy
you don't
is just
usually
a
hear
fact.
light
No,
voices.
no, it's
I'm not
okay.
trying to be
No,
disrespectful.
no,
you
it's
acting.
cool.
Okay.
No, this is the 200th time. No, it's I just talk over my larynx, and that's it.
Right.
And that's
Well,
it.
it really does work for you though, because I think it's important to have a distinctive voice. Obviously, people hear you; they know it's you. And you said you've been getting voiceover work, so
Yeah. Well, I'm signed to an agency, so it's awesome.
You could play a hell of a cartoon.
I want to be a bear.
A bear.
Let's move along. I watched, I was riveted, I cried. There was absolutely no laughter. And this is the story that a lot of us have been waiting for years. Why did you do this movie?
I didn't want to do this movie. I think when I was absent from their movie, the people started talking. And then they made the opportunity visible.
Now, remember, their movie was Straight Outta Compton,
Straight Outta Compton.
which was very good. We saw it in the movie theaters. It was #1 in the box office for that particular weekend. But I think that your movie told a whole different story. I enjoyed it very much.
Fellas, it's
Michel'le.
What?
Oh, that's my name.
Man, you kidding me? This chick sound like Minnie Mouse.
Hey, ease up. Give her a chance.
No, actually, the first song Dre produced on me was Turn Off the Lights. But that was his group. Remember the World Class Wrecking Crew?
Yes, when he had
The glitter.
the glitter.
Yeah, that one.
Now, were you guys dating at that point, or was it from working together that you established the relationship?
Well, that's when I first met him. I knew Alonzo first. I met Alonzo. And the Mona Lisa was their lead singer, and she couldn't make it that night. So Alonzo called me and said, hey, could you come and do this song? And I went to the studio, and he handed me a piece of paper, and I went in with my own melody and everything, did it in one take, and that was Dre and Yellow was in there, and I said hello and goodbye.
And then you heard it on the radio, and you said,
And
hey,
my father said, I think that's you. And I was like, it is, because I'm catching 3 buses. And I didn't know. He didn't say anything. Lonzo just put it out, but I had no rights. I wasn't even in the group.
So did you sign anything like to release? Nothing.
I didn't know any better. I was
Right.
16.
So you still dated Dr. Dre even with all that glitter on he had?
Well, I didn't even know about World Class Wrecking Crew. I didn't know.
Okay.
You
their
just sang what they
music.
told you to sing.
Yeah, I came in, and then I found out that what they did and started listening to their stuff.
So at first they were more of a softer group. World Class Wrecking Crew
Well,
wasn't
okay.
NWA. They were totally 2 different sides.
Okay. World Class Wrecking Crew is more like androgynous. That's a good word, right? Because they loved Prince. So if you go back, that's really was Prince was like,
Okay.
right?
Right.
So that's, I think, where a lot of it
Oh,
came from.
androgynous?
Yeah,
Like, okay.
androgynous.
So
You
they
know,
So they love Prince. You could tell the whole
You could
style
tell
was
the whole
Prince.
style was kind of the hair.
Everything was Prince.
It really, yes, it was Prince-ish.
So then they met you, and then they went to NWA. Niggas with attitude.
You know, I don't know what I do to men. Is that okay?
Hell yeah!
So I'm guessing that makes me NWA now?
You'll be Ruthless Records' first female artist.
We gonna fly. We gonna make it straight out of Compton. I gave you this track a week ago. Where is it?
Can't work like this, Dre. You're hurting me.
You sing it like you feel it. I'ma kick your ass.
Baby, you deserve so much better than this world of rap and image. Don't trade your freedom for security.
It's your turn to be scared.
You gotta own yourself.
You know, Michel'le, I've been around for a long time, and
Me too.
and I've talked before, you know, in radio days about Dre and putting his hands on not just you, but remember that old VJ D Barnes?
D. Barnes.
Yeah. Only unlike D, you took it. You stayed. Why would you stay for so long?
You guys used to fist fight a lot?
I didn't put, well, I tried.
Right, but he's a lot bigger than you.
Oh, yeah. I was losing.
You was losing?
Yeah, it's safe to say.
Was it difficult for you to come out and talk about your relationship with Dr. Dre and him, you know, putting his hands on you? And I know, did he break your nose or?
Yeah, he did.
He broke your nose? Was he
I had
upset?
5 black eyes.
Five black eyes?
I have a cracked rib.
A cracked rib?
Yes, I have scars that are just amazing.
Yeesh.
Did you feel like you never wanted anybody to know that? Like were you embarrassed about it? Or do you think that
It was normal. And everybody that knew, it was normal.
And you never called the police one time? How did he break your nose? With his fist or threw you
Yeah,
or something?
he was a fist. He close fist.
Goodness gracious.
Close fist.
And has he since like apologized? I know this was a long time ago, but after he saw, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have addressed it like, okay, we never knew you were like this. Did he apologize to you and say, you know what, I was, you know, messed up back then. We were young. I made some big mistakes.
No, he haven't apologized to this day, and it wouldn't even do any good because it's the past.
Right.
I will pass that, but I do remember when he first hit me. When he first gave me my very first black eye, we laid in the bed and he cried. He was crying. I was crying because, you know, I was in shock and hurt and pain. I don't know why he was crying, but he said, you know, I'm really sorry. I think that's the only time he'd ever said he was sorry. And he said, I'll never hit you in that eye again, okay? And I was like, yeah, okay. And we fell asleep. So years later, I was talking to my friend and I joked and said, yeah, you know, he said he wasn't going to hit me in this eye ever again. So he started hitting me in that one.
He hit you in the other eye. I
Didn't hit me in that. So, you know, I just, you start humoring, you have to get through the pain.
Right.
So it became, you know, Ike and Turner. I mean, Ike and, you know, Tina. So just, it was normal. It was.
What made you stay? Was he putting it down in bed? Was it the money? Like, what made you stay?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I have to say. But what about me? I was doing my part.
Oh, there you go,
You're a
mama.
multi-platinum artist.
I mean, so, you know, I mean, he was coming back. So, I think
Kinky
that.
Michel'le. All right, Kinky Michel'le.
Well, nicety. I mean, no, but I think it was a multitude of things, though, because when you've been with somebody so long, you become codependent upon them, and your self-esteem is what they've given you now. Well, I stayed because it was normal. Well, after the first hit, you don't think they're gonna do it again, and it does escalate. But I stayed because it became normal. I didn't call the police because I didn't want him to go to jail, because all of the men where I came from were always going to jail and be gone years. So I didn't think that was a good idea. And it just was normal. I just took it as a way of him showing me he loved me.
And it didn't help that your aunt was that your aunt or your grandmother?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother, bless her heart, she was not helpful at all. She was basically telling you, take it until you can't take it anymore. You just take it.
Well, she was trying to tell me that all men, in her time, that's what they did. They beat their women. And so she just was trying to tell me, without telling me what to do, you know, just giving me advice about, well, baby, you know.
What about your girlfriends?
I didn't really have any girlfriends.
It seemed like there were women around, but they weren't.
Oh, they would never said no. The only person that said something to me once was the makeup artist who covered my black eye for the video shoot. She said, you should stop letting him hit on you, and you should do something. And I just said...
Eazy-E, everybody, the dearly departed, was a good friend to you.
Yeah.
I mean, he was portrayed as... He was that guy who at one point called you up and said, Dre is coming home, he's tanked up, get out quick. And...
I can't believe my man. I can't go 1 minute without taking my eyes off of him.
With a man like that, you gotta keep your eye on him.
We'll take care of him if you want us to. We'll fix it so you never see him again.
No, I got a better idea.
The first thing you do is, I don't want to give away the whole movie, but you had a substance abuse problem.
Yes.
And grabbing your pills was more important than just get out of the house.
Well, yeah.
And then he caught you.
Yeah, but I was already doped up, so it didn't hurt.
Listen, you know, she did have a substance abuse problem, and believe it or not, it was Suge Knight who helped you.
Yeah. And so at that point, it was another couple of years before me and Suge could be here to become my confidant.
But it wasn't Suge. But at that time, him and Suge were not effing with each other, right?
No, that's what I'm trying to
So
tell you.
they were beefing.
They weren't beefing.
Oh.
She said she had no idea that they didn't get along.
I didn't know because Dre didn't have an issue with Suge. Suge had an issue with Dre.
Mm-hmm.
But he kept it quiet.
In the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell Dr. Dre before you started dating Suge or no?
For what? He didn't tell me.
Engaged.
He had a big old ring on her finger. He didn't call me.
Okay. Just asking.
I don't think why you guys think it's so unfair. He slept with every woman that came through our house. And the minute just because he knew this guy, I'm the bad guy.
No, you know what it is? It's just we see it as Dr. Dre and Suge Knight are enemies. So when we hear when you come and you say you had, you know, a relationship with Dre and Suge, it's like, woo, that was his enemy. That's the way to get back. You know.
So you think I did it to get back or even?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
No.
No?
No. But if I did and it hurt.
Good.
That's life.
I guess we're even.
But you did end up marrying Suge Knight. Oh,
I fake married Suge
Oh, you
Knight.
fake married?
What's a fake marriage?
When he's already married to somebody else and don't tell you.
You are listen, there was a lot going on back then. There was all kind of scandals you were in.
Damn it.
Well, I was naive.
Did you go, did y'all have a ceremony and everything?
Yeah, well, jail one. He was in prison.
So he was in jail for 6
I
of the 8
didn't
years.
know, okay? And then the judge told me when I had to go get a real divorce, he said, well, did you see a man in a black robe? I said, no, it wasn't black. He said, well, then you're not married.
But he was in jail 6 of the 8 years that you guys were together.
Yeah. He was actually 6.5 years. So it was a great marriage because I didn't see him often.
Right, and he wasn't cheating on you in jail.
Well, yes, he was.
Oh,
I had my date and then...
Wait, who you cheating on you in jail? Who?
Other women coming to visit.
Yeah, you know how I... you probably never been
You
there.
made it seem like he was cheating on you in jail with other people in jail.
Oh, no,
right.
don't start that rumor. I didn't say that. No, it was, okay, I had one day, another girl had one day, another girl had one day, and another girl had
Okay.
None of the CEOs was snitching? Because I know they do that in jail.
Well,
When you come
yeah.
to visit, they'd be like, know another girl was
Well,
just here.
they would try to hold me up so that I could pass her but I had details, so detail was smarter than they were.
Were you ever scared of Suge?
I feared him.
So why would you marry him or be with him? Because it seems like the world feared him.
Well, because at the time I didn't see all that. I always saw his good.
You didn't see that in Suge?
I always saw his good side. Suge was, you don't need to do that. You're a good girl. Stay here. Stay focused. Do this. Do that. He didn't drink and smoke at that time. Champagne was the most I'd ever seen him do.
Are you fearful of him now? You scared of him now?
Absolutely not.
Is because he's in jail? Or
Nope,
because he's
I
calm?
wasn't scared of him when he got out. I talk to him now like he talked to me.
Mm-hmm.
It took me many years to get to that point.
And then turned around and beat your ass too. Damn.
Well, he only hit me one time, and he meant it when he said he would never hit me again because he said I was just too little. He said, you're too little for me to be hitting on. And I appreciated that. I think one of the craziest thing he did was when he tried to hit me. He only tried one time. And he was so strong that he open hand slapped me and threw my whole jaw out of I had to go into emergency. I had to call.
He did hit you.
Yes,
He smacked your jaw out of line?
Yeah.
Wow.
Backhand with a backhand. And he's so strong that all this just was over here. And it wouldn't go back. So I finally had to call him and say, you're going to have to come and take me to emergency.
Well, so he does that to you, and then he has to take you to the emergency.
Well, it was either that or the police were
or the
going to
ambulance.
take me. Yeah, so he got there quick. He was on time.
That was you not wanting to snitch on somebody, boy. You just did this to me, but I don't want to call the cops on you because
You don't
I know
call
you're
the
gonna
cops
go to
on
jail.
Kaza Sose or on Suge?
But she didn't want to call the ambulance because then she's going to have to do a police report
Right,
and all
you
of
had
that.
to do all that. Even when I got to the hospital and they
Yes,
said,
what
what happened? I said, I got hit by a football. At
And
2
that's a
o'clock
story
in the
I always see
morning.
online that you got hit by a football, that you were playing football with one of your friends, hit you in the face.
But that's not. She knew it wasn't true, and so she waited. So once they drugged me to sedate me, she was talking. She says, "I know you didn't get hit by a football, because you can tell me what it is." And it was funny because he wouldn't leave the room. They kept telling him. He was standing there like this, and all I was like going in and out, going, mm-mm. Mm-mm. But see, I always say this, and I think the question is why didn't Dre leave too, though? Before he hit me, why didn't he leave? Why do you think men don't just walk away?
Well, Dre had a lot of problems, a lot of dysfunction. Apparently, a lot of the guys did from where you guys came from, in addition to a raging alcohol problem.
Yes.
Right? But Ice Cube saw it. Jerry Heller saw it.
Well, I don't think Cube saw as many of the beatings as Yella and Dre and DLC saw a lot of the beatings. DLC was probably one of the only men that would say, "No, Dre, don't do it, man. What are you doing?" But he would never physically take him off of me. But at least he was there trying to reason with him. And I appreciated him for that for years.
So, Michel'le,
Being that none of us can sing, and we're trying to tell her how to say a certain note, is kind of hard. You know, because we can go ah, and the note is really ah.
Everything has to be gold, you know. Platinum, we try for it, but it has to be gold. Yeah, everything that we've done has sold 1 million copies so far.
Her whole album is slamming. Any record that they would pick off the album, if you ask me, is gonna be the joint. Can you dig it?
so because Suge is locked up right now, but Suge wants to sue you if he's portrayed wrong. Suge, you were portrayed the exact way we think of you, so don't worry. Don't worry. But I'll tell you what, Dre, you've given a definite new meaning to Beats by Dre.
Little Mo made it wasn't funny, but a joke about
the
something.
Beats. Yeah, no, she did.
She said he started his company Beats by Dre was from incident with you. Did you find that funny or it was?
Yeah, I get it. I get
a little more funny like that.
I get her sense of humor. So coming from her, if it were coming from someone else, I probably would have took it the other way. But now I know how she thinks, so it wasn't a bad joke. I mean, it was actually quite clever.
So the woman that Dre is married to now is the woman who was in your bed when you came home?
Oh no.
Okay.
Although I did have to, she moved out and I moved back in. Well, that's another story.
I think Suge would be the one,
Yeah.
you know, from the reputation that he has, that would be really aggressive and.
But how did that happen? Because they were business partners, and then you just left Dre and went to Suge. Like they
No,
they were.
actually,
It was a time lapse ending.
I did not just take my sheets and shake him and roll that one off and roll that one off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's hospital talk. No, actually, I went away, and I was gone for like 2.5 months. And I came back and they said, "Oh, Dr. Dre's engaged." To say I had already had it out with this girl before I left. So
one of the girls he cheated on you with.
his wife of now.
His wife now.
But back then, that was one of the girls.
Yeah, he was sleeping with her. So I was like, "Come on, you know." And I mean, she was like, she knew she wanted, you know, what she wanted. It was hands down. She was the first one that came into his life throughout I went. Oh God, you know, she saw the big house, she saw the cater, she was looking at our things, going, ooh. So you know, the other girls just wanted to be.
So she was like a friend of yours?
No, I'm saying she knew.
Was the first one there.
She knew what money was, while the other girls just was happy to be sleeping with him.
Right, to be in the limelight.
Yeah, to be like, you gonna do me a record? Okay, that but
So
this
she was
one,
out for the check.
She was out for
She
the
knew what
check.
she was
I mean,
out
she
for.
came straight for the check.
So she was out. She's with Dr. Dre for the
She
money.
came straight for the check. And I saw that, and I just went, listen, if he can't see it, I'm not staying around to help him out.
Right.
You know, you just get tired. The woman that was that I ran out of my bed, she was just one of many. I don't even remember her name.
Yes. So Dre has apologized, though, to all the women that he's hurt. He didn't apologize to you directly. It's important that I read this apology. He says, 25 years ago, I was a young man drinking too much and in over my head with no real structure in my life. I apologize to the women I've hurt. Then later on, he goes on to say, Dr. Dre, through his attorney, denies abusing Michel'le and challenges her credibility. Now, that can be challenged because that's only your story. Like, there's no record of any of this.
Well, not of him. Yes, there is. There's people testimonies. Yes, people were there. People can, if he want to go to court, please take me because we do depositions. And that's when you have to tell the truth.
So you have a baby by Dre.
I have a son by Dre, and I have a daughter by Suge Knight.
You know what was?
I know, right?
In the middle of the movie, there was one point when Dre told you, you know, shut the baby up or whatever. Do you? I mean, I'm sure he loves his son now.
Yes.
He probably loved his son then, but your son with Dre has seen a lot.
Yeah, but my grandmother and my mother took him at an early age because I was taking him. It's in the movie when I took him to the party with me.
Yes.
Yeah, he was only maybe 2 years old,
Yeah.
and I was taking him out to the party. Well, you know, I was young, and he was my road dog. So if somebody called and said it's a party tonight, I would go, come on, Marcel, let's go. I really did. I was a horrible mother.
Michel'le, exactly. Nobody wants to see a 2-year-old.
Not in a mean sense, but I mean, like, I had no common sense for raising a child.
Yeah. All right, so your current day relationship with Suge and Dre. All right, so your son with Suge is, with Dre, I'm sorry, is how old?
He's 25.
And how old is Bailey, your daughter?
She'll be 14 in November.
14.
Yeah. That's my babies.
Okay, so Bailey knows stuff.
Bailey knows everything. My son is the same way. I don't want them to get it from the streets. I tell them at home.
Have they seen the movie yet?
No, but neither have I.
You haven't seen it?
I won't see it until Wednesday because I didn't see all the final edits and stuff. And some of it's hard to watch, too. So I'm eager to watch. You know, I got my snacks. But
what you gonna eat?
Well, you always suggest pineapples and stuff, fruit and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'll probably have a steak.
A steak, So, now, do you have love in your life?
No, Wendy, you predicted. You're a guru. You told me I was never going to have a boyfriend.
Why?
Because you said no one would ask me. Who's going to want me?
Why? No, I didn't say it because she's a bad woman. Why?
Because they would be intimidated by me or scared of the guys I was with.
Suge! Yes! You know, and you're a lovely woman. You should have love in your life. By the way, did you hook up with Tupac?
Never. I wish I did.
Hook up with Tupac? He was nice
I wish. I would have slept with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was nice to you.
I mean, he's good on the eyes, you know.
Yes. Now, Easy tried to push up on you when you first met Dre, but obviously Dre won out.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cute, you know. Yeah, guys do that.
Yeah. So, are you at peace now, Michel'le?
Yes, very much so. Thank you.
And do you talk to Suge at all?
No, you know, and he's in prison, jail, Steele County Jail, so he hasn't, I don't know what his phone privilege is like, which is probably good for me, too, because then I don't, you know.
Does Bailey want to see her dad?
You want some tea?
Yes, please.
Okay. think she's going to get her first visit this weekend.
Oh, we should let her see the movie before she goes.
She will.
Perfect. Perfect. So that he can explain to her exactly what she's seen. Now, what's your relationship with Dre? Because he's moved on with his life. He's married.
No, I don't have a relationship with either of them. His parents are going to be taking Billy, and I don't have a relationship with them. We have a great relationship. We don't have one.
Oh, okay. Now, by the way, which of the two guys broke your nose?
That was Dre and Dre.
Oh, okay. What kind of music are you doing now, Michel'le?
Happy music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happy.
So are you going to be returning to R&B Divas?
No, you know we got canceled.
Well, not after this movie comes out, somebody's going to want you for something. I mean, what a story. It's a story of survival. Right. You have survived hell. Yeah. Clap it up for Michel'le, everybody. Surviving Compton premieres Saturday night, October 15th at 8 o'clock on Lifetime.